everyone, and welcome to Con of Spirit Tier 1. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis, and we're here in Italy for the Monza Grand Prix. Lewis, good to have you back in the commentary box with me. How are you doing?
I'm making shapes, brother. I'm all good, mate. Thank you very much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what should be a fun and quick race. Well, I say quick, it's the fastest race of the year, of the season around Monza. About 35 minutes, roughly. Maybe 40 if there's a few safety cars, but yeah, I'm expecting a great race, as always, around the Temple of Speed.
Yep, always a good track. We can expect a lot of overtaking with the DRS zones and a heavy braking into turn 1, but also into turn 3 for the second chicane. Parabolica is a move you can make. You can also wait for the start finish straight. There are a lot of overtaking possibilities, so yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that one. We're going on board with Vaporize, as he will be one of the first ones setting a lap. Now we can actually see what lap time we will be looking at this qualifying session.
Absolutely. So he's going round. Now everything's changed slightly on this game. I noticed the curbs are a little bit different in the second chicane, and also in the escalators. It doesn't seem to be as easy to lose back end on this game or get hooked to a sausage curb like you could do on the previous game. So you can attack Ascari a little bit more, and you can also attack second chicane a little bit harder. So it'll be interesting to see people trying to take those risks in quali and vape. He is looking good round Ascari. The Parabolica, the last one. Don't go too wide, or else you're getting validated. And let's see if he can get that onto P1. There you go.
119.3. I heard Fruitful trying to get himself into the 118, so I think we will be looking around that kind of mark. Snipes were 119.7, Hawkey were 120, Matthew were 121. People getting it into the 118, they will probably be one of the top guys in this session.
Yeah, Fruitful's going around the final turn now. Oh, he's lost the back end! Oh, and he does a 360. I like that. I mean, fair play for the little pirouette, but that is not going to work for lap time, and he goes to the pits. Fortunately, no crashes, no impacts to the wall, but it was strange. It was half a good corner, so my only thought is he went a bit too hard on the throttle, and the rear just stepped out on him.
Yeah, strange accident there. I actually lost the Parabolica on my warm-up lap a couple of seasons ago, so nothing too strange there. Is Ascari as deadly as it was on the previous game, though?
No, it's definitely easier, personally. I felt anyway. Like, it wasn't as prone to losing the back end from clipping the curb in that final part of Ascari. Yeah, it definitely feels like that part of the circuit of Ascari you can attack harder now and not have the rear end kicking out on you. It still happened in the game, but I don't know whether that was people on heavy fuel loads being a bit too aggressive. But for me, it was definitely easier.
Going and have a look at Volcano Master, as he is always very strong in qualifying, but he can't replicate that in the race. So hopefully for him, this will be something different. See through Ascari, and he invalidates his lap by running by. There is a car off, that's an Alpha Tauri. Is that news? No, it's Hasmania who lost it at Ascari, and Minion's already retired, so a few people struggling early on in this session. It's currently Vaporize with 119.3 leading this session.
Yeah, Hasmania did exactly, commentator's curse. He just lost the back end on the exit of Ascari. My guess is he asked a little bit too much on the throttle side of things. But yeah, fortunately no damage but a quali lap ruined, so he will do another set of tyres on the softs and go again.
Let's see what Marina can do through Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. DRS wide open on towards the end of sector 2 as Niels Hendrik is having problems with the lobby. I think he's just leaving and joining and leaving and joining. I don't know what is going on there.
Yeah, it's going a bit weird. Marina, one more turn. It's so much time to prep that final corner, and if you know you're up, which you don't on the first run, but if you're in that final corner, it can make you 121.09, so that's P6 Marina. But yeah, you know, if you're up going into that final corner, you've got so much time, sort of worry, is it going to be good enough, is it going to be good enough? Or if you're down, you're like, okay, I just need to attack this. Volcano's P4 now, Volky in P5. Yeah, Vaporizer's got a bit of daylight.
Fruit loses it again.
Oh.
Coming out of Ascari.
Oh, don't know. That was a bit clumsy. Yes. Yeah, that car is. It looks like it may be. Well, in both those situations, I'm guessing he's got a bit too much throttle. A bit too tempting on the throttle and lost the rear end. The problem is this puts pressure on Fruitful. I'm sure we've both been in these situations where you basically write off 2 sets of softs and have no quali time. So it instantly he's still got time to do 2 more runs, but it means now this next run he'll be probably a lot more conservative just to get a lap time on the board. Because the last thing you want to do is be down in P16, 15, 14, no lap time on the board. So you want to get 1 on the board just so you don't have to worry so much about the final one, to just go for it. Just a little bit more pressure now. It's not what he would have wanted. Yeah, won last week by keeping out of the wall. Got worried about he didn't get in the wall briefly, but he got the win last week, and he did a double this week.
Yeah, luckily for him it's a short lap, so he's got time to come back in. He's still got 8.5 minutes to set a lap, so he should be able to get 2 runs in, but unfortunately for him I don't think he's got the tires to do so. So it will be a stretch for Fruit, not the qualifying session he probably would have hoped for.
Yeah, but the points are awarded in the race, and he's still got 8 minutes on the board left. Well, 8 minutes 5 for me, I don't know what it is for you, Thomas, but... He's invalidated. He's someone who's on a hot lap.
Right?
Tasmania's on a hot lap. Or is he? No, he's not. He's backed out. He's driving quite slow there.
AJ through Ascari he goes, very nicely done, avoids the curb actually on the inside where other people used to go completely over it. He avoids it, through Parabolica he goes. On towards the start finish line, first lap for AJ, 120.3 P7 for the Dutchman.
Nice, very nice. Got McLaren's going slowly. On the... I don't know if Troy had an error or he just went... No, Troy just had a very slow lap. He's going to go again now. So both McLarens are on a hot lap.
Vaporizer with an improvement on his previous lap. Well, once again, a 119.3 was a minor improvement, but he's still 3/10 clear, and around a track like this, 3/10 is a lot.
Yeah, indeed. Troy looking very good in that first sector. Very smooth. Going now through the first Lesmo. Smooth, tidy. Second Lesmo, again, smooth and tidy. Not on the ragged edge. It seems within himself. It seems well controlled. But is that going to convert into a quicker lap time? 119.6 at the moment. He is 2/10 up on his previous best, which is putting him right on the mark. If he can improve in Sector 3, Ascari looks very good. Now it's just one more corner to go. It's going to be close between himself and Vaporizer. Oh, that's good, lap. The corner looks good. He keeps it tight. You're also paying attention to Fruitful behind. Here's a pole, provisional pole. And Fruitful goes P6. There you go. We've got now Troy. It did look like it was a tidy lap, and I think if you wanted to push a little bit harder, which I think he will do in his final run, just because he's got not so much pressure now, I think he could gain still 1 or 2 tenths in that. That's the scary thing about Troy being on board with him on that lap.
Marina through the final corner, currently on a 121.0. And not an improvement, but he's gonna go again. Already low on ERS. That's probably going to hurt him towards the end of the lap.
Matty currently P11, he's in the pits. Tasmania is on a hot lap, is he? Or is he still driving? Yeah, no, oh, he's invalidated. That's going to put a lot of pressure now. He's basically got one more run to try and get further, but he's still P2. There's a lot of people that haven't done hot laps yet. Konzo, Niels and Vamo.
Yeah, Niels was struggling with the lobby. Konso's pedals are maybe broken. And Vemu is... I don't know what's going on with Vemu. Won't move, he says.
So we got a lot of people in the pits, unsurprisingly. So the only one who's going to be out is AJ, and he almost lost the back end there on cold softs. So literally AJ is the only one on track. And he's on an outlap. Taking his time. For our first AJ about to start his flying lap. Comes out of the first chicane now, the Curva Grande, which is one of the easiest corners in F1, but can make some spectacular side-by-side action in the second chicane. The car is very locked up. That Red Bull of AJ. Now Lesmo 1 Is it tidy? Most a load of cars I notice that are on their outlaps next to each other. They have got time on the side. They're going to have to spread it out, otherwise they'll be held up with each other. Now coming up to the end of sector 2, he is 2 tenths up on his previous best. He's currently 4 tenths down from behind the next position. There's a bit of a gap between P8 and P9, but can AJ close up, pass the Alpine of Andy? Running wide on the Parabolica, but coming towards the line. It is an improvement. No, very good foot last sector. P7 for AJ, 119.9. Very close in that midfield.
Fruit is on for an improvement. Purple sector 1. Can he convert it to a really good sector 2? He almost lost the back end. Coming out of less than 1.
There has been a spin. Andy Wu has spun it at the exit of Ascari.
8 tenths improvement through sector 2. Fruit was on for pole position here. Ooh, there's one off. Didn't cost him too much time.
Yeah, checker flags out. Oh, it's tight. Oh no, he's done it again!
Oh, and he lost it again!
Oh no! I can't believe it. That was such a good time. He didn't need... I mean, he did turn in a little bit early, and unfortunately that meant he went wide, going through that corner, and I think he was just... he chose to try and dig it in, but go for it. But what a lap that would have been. But now our attention turns to the other guys. Vapor doesn't improve.
Vaporizer already finished, so Troy can even improve on his already, which is already looking like a pole position lap. He's 1.5 tenths up.
Oh, he smashed it!
And he's crashed it as well. Both McLarens with a terrible end of qualifying. But luckily for him, he's already on pole position.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else that can do it. Yeah. Yeah, he clipped the curb on the exit, and he just turned the rear end. He was a tenth up. He could have done, and to be fair, that would have been dramatic. If Fruitful had got that lap, I think he would have been enough for pole position. And instead, he's got to have to travel in P6, which is... it's a little bit dodgy with the first lap, with those first chicanes. You can just get tangled up in incidents. So Fruitful's going to be frustrated, however, it's not over. Obviously it's a long race. If there are safety cars, it can turn things around very quickly.
So that has given us this qualifying result. We've got Troy on pole position, Vaporizer P2 starting next to him, Snipes in P3, Jamie P4, Hawkey P5, Fruitful P6, AJ P7, Volcano Master P8, Andy P9 and Matty rounds off the top 10. We've got News P11, Hasmania P12, Conso P13, Marina P14, Minions P15 and Vemu P16. Pretty much the whole field within a second. You sort of expect that around Monza, but it's always good to see.
Yeah, it was it's actually not too bad there. And Superglow Vaporizer 700s behind. If he was able to improve in the end, which he didn't, he could have nicked that pole, but still a front row start. If you can get a good line, it's quite a big rundown, and if you can get a good initial getaway, then you can actually get ahead. We saw Danny Rick doing it last year in Monza. You then have a great run into turn 1.
What do you think strategy is going to do? Lewis, I know this is an easy one stop. Are we going to see any surprises?
Um, Unfortunately, the way it is now is most people either start on the mediums or hards. However, saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if someone does start on the soft for that initial start getaway and those first laps. It can be a real benefit. Personally, I'm always a fan of, although some people don't, I'm always a fan of starting on the medium, because if you have an instant on the hard tyre, the way it is nowadays is you're kind of screwed. You're forced into a two-stop strategy. But I wouldn't even be surprised if front runners start on hards, because they'll feel like they're less likely to get involved in accidents, and they want to have the faster tyre towards the end. So I wouldn't be surprised if even our pole sitter or one of the top 5 are on the hard tyre. I think that's a more likely thing and maybe you might find people further back risking it with a soft tyre strategy to try and gain places in the first part of the race. Although the soft does wear, the medium wears out. The medium can last. You can do 20 laps on that medium tyre. It is possible, though it's not in the greatest of conditions. But the hard tyre is very consistent and can go almost the whole distance as well. So expect. Let's see what the tyres. Is Troy on the hards? Did I notice?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
We've got Jamie on the mediums.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that the top runners started on the hard, because like I say, they feel like they're not going to be in any damage. It is a risk, because if you get damage, then you're forced to mediums, and then you are forced into a two-stop strategy, because you're not going to be able to get those mediums towards the end. The front runners, I'm not surprised. Jamie on the mediums, AJ, I'm surprised Fruitful starting on the hards, but feels the fact he's starting in P6, he won't have to worry about double stacking. But I would have thought starting on the medium isn't the end of the world. It almost worked out brilliantly for me because there was a safety car. I went on to the hards, and the guys ahead of me would have had to pit again because they were on the hards. It was too early for them to pit. But unfortunately, there was a safety car later in the race. But if it wasn't, I would have been inheriting the lead by a comfortable margin, and those quick guys up front would have had to pit again. So sometimes being on the hard isn't always the best tyre, because you can't take advantage of those earlier safety.
Fruitful will be scared seeing 2 medium runners and a soft runner behind him. That's not what you want to see when you're starting on the hard yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. With Andy being the only one starting on the softs, there is a real mixture in it. I would say the majority of people are starting on the hards.
What the that almost got me stop.
Luckily, you can't get damage on a formation lap, but that's it. You should really, but that's just save Troy drama. Everyone madly trying to get the warm up. Yeah, but he did park very neatly there.
Does it affect the tires though? That's the question. We will have to wait and see from the start. We've got 5 red lights. It's waiting for the glitch. Here it is. This game is not surprising me anymore, but it's away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. It's a good start by Troy, but I think Vaporize is trying to make a move down the inside. No, he's not. It's going to be Snipes making a move around the outside. Can he make it stick? He's side by side. Vaporizer stays in front though, and now we think he's losing a position to Fruitful, who had a brilliant start, who's already up into P3, really well done by Fruitful. And now Volcano on the mediums is trying to go down the inside. Who is going to come out on top going into turn 3? It is going to be Volcano. Oh, they make contact and Volcano's round.
Yeah. Yeah, the Haas struggling there. And Volcano, like you say, all the way round. But what's that? And Andy, looking out on the soft, Andy's up to P4. You know, talk about taking advantage of the softer tyre. And AJ on the medium, he's P5. Snipes didn't get a good start. In the end, you know, he looked good in P3, but being on the outside, it just didn't work at all. But yeah, Andy Wu and Fruitful, brilliant turns. And Andy Wu now, those softs can do about 10 laps. So if there is safety car around that period, that'll be perfect for him to go on the hards on a free pit stop. So great run there, great strategy so far. Made all the difference in his opening lap, but the field's already spreading out quite a bit.
Yeah, Andy, he was a second behind, but he's now getting back within that crucial 1 second window. Of course, being on the softs is definitely helping him a lot. For now, everyone within a second of each other until Minions. No, he's back within that 1 second as well. So we've got a big DRS trend from P1 to P15 at this stage. Once it will be activated on lap 3, we'll have to see how it pans out. But for now, it's looking good.
Yeah, very good. Apart from Volcano. Listen,
yeah,
he's not at the. But to be fair, it was very clean. Very clean opening lap. And a lot. Apart from Andy and AJ, there's not. Konzo is the next nearest medium runner. A lot of the guys in the bottom half of the field are the ones on the mediums, which is not going to work out for them because this is where they should be showing their pace because they will end up with the harder tyre the second half of the race. Unless we have a late safety car where everyone will switch onto the soft. So it's not great for those guys down there. But up front, it'll be interesting to see what kind of pace Andy has because he hasn't got, you know, everyone's on the same tyre. He hasn't got the same pace as the guys up front, but he has got that advantage of tyre. So if he can stay within the DRS, as we got Volcano spinning already and Scary, but yeah, Andy Wu fastest lap. If he can stay within the second, then DRS now being enabled, he'll be able to tag along. And importantly, he's pretty much outside. He's over a second ahead of AJ. So yeah, it looks good so far for the soft runner of Andy.
I think Volcano's gonna give up. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, which is a bit early, a bit fresh for that, considering so much can happen. But oh well. And Marina must have had an incident or pitted. No, he couldn't have pitted. He must have had an accident as well, Marina. She's 10 seconds down.
I don't know what happened to her. I missed that.
Yeah.
The DRS train has been split up by Holkey, who was in P7, 2.2 seconds behind Snipe. So we've got the top 6 all within a second of each other. And after that we've got Holkey leading a train as well all the way down to P12. We've got Hasmania 1.1 second. He should be able to get back within that 1 second minimum. We've got Jamie really close to Hasmania, and Marina, like we said, is 10 seconds behind. We probably made a mistake somewhere around the lap.
Yeah, it was AJ. AJ responds to the fact, you know, AJ didn't use too much energy, but he has been able to keep in DRS. But look at that train. We have got up front, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a 6 car train. Snipes at the end of it, and Troy still at the front of it. But meanwhile, the guy with the best energy is Fruitful at the moment. Fruitful's got 100% energy. He's just playing it cool, tagging along at this stage.
I hate that glitch with the reds where it's just like bugging out every single time. I hate that.
Yeah.
It makes the podcasting, because now I literally can't go on board with someone because people get their ears blown out because of the sound. I just want to see on board and see the power of the slipstream and things like that. I just can't do it. So we have to see it from this fuel vaporizer is so close to the back of the truck. Like, is it smart to make an overtake, or is he just going to sit back, wait, relax, save a little bit of the tires and try to make a move towards the end of the race?
I'm not sure, but we've already had a change for P4, and Marina's had a moment with Ascari. The Williams had a moment in Ascari, Andy. Oh, look at this, the Red Bull's trying to fight around the outside, and he does so, but that's going to break the toe with the guys ahead. Andy has a moment on the back end, and I think one of those softs are already starting to fall away. AJ's pace, of course, he isn't really at with these guys' pace. It's just the advantage of those soft tyres, and I think we're going to start seeing now Andy fall away. It's now 5 laps in with those softs, so the advantage he would have had is already wiped away. But AJ, with those mediums, he's got much stronger pace, and he's going to have to try and use up energy now to get within a second. Oh, we got a yellow.
No, Matty.
Matty's out.
Out of Lesmo 2 and a safety car, yep.
There you go. Now, if I was Andy, I would pit and put on some hards.
Yeah, Andy is definitely going to make a stop. Is AJ going to make a stop as well? Can those hards make it towards the end if you pit now?
They can, but the problem I would say, we had the same situation, is it's too early, and it's just no point. The field's still all together. You'll end up at the back of the field. And the Williams does pit, and the medium runners, don't. I just don't. Oh, and he gets a speeding penalty. Yeah, if you're on mediums or hards, it's just no point. Although Jamie does pit. For me, I always feel track position's important. And staying out front right now, unless you're on the soft tyre, makes it worth it, because safety cars tend to encourage more safety cars, in my opinion. So there could very well be another safety car later on in the race. It's just a better time, because otherwise the hards can make it, but you'll be at the back of the field, and you've made your pit stop, but you won't actually be that far ahead by the time the guys up front have pitted. So also what it does do is it saves those medium runners. Their tyres will be a little bit fresher now, and they can go a little bit longer. Brings the whole field back towards each other.
Yeah, at least we're going to get one big DRS train again. Top 3 won't be happy about that, but it is what it is.
Another lap behind the safety car.
So we've got everyone on either hards or medium at this stage. The top 10 I wanted to say with Marina and Hash, but it's only Marina. So the top 10 and Marina haven't made their stop. Everyone outside of the top 10 has made a stop. Hasmania now as well. He went on to the mediums. That is going to be a big stretch together with Andy as well. Or are they... Ooh, that could be one as well. Is Andy making another stop just to fulfill those tire regulations and then having a free choice of tire? But then, yeah, he put the medium on. I probably would have done it the other way around. So first put the medium on, then pit for hards, and then... Well, no, but he started on the softs anyway. Why am I talking? Why has he done that? Did he pick up damage or something?
Maybe. It's the only thing I can think of, because you're not going to be able to do mediums at the end of this stint. It just doesn't make sense at all. He's definitely not doing 21 laps on medium tyres. So, I do not understand that. as we wait for their restart. When will Troy go down? You either do it in the turn here, which looks like he is, there you go, through the corner, or you do it just before the finish line, and you just decide, I'm going to go for it.
Seems like an okay restart for everyone. There's Niels was having a little bit of a struggle.
Oh, Hawkey's lining up Konzo. Oh, and there's also Minions trying to make a move on Nils. Side by side. Still side by side, but I think they got through okay. Yeah, pretty spaced out.
Kitten came in with a very good point. He probably wanted to get rid of his 5-second time penalty.
Yeah, that would be a good point.
Because if he was going to be on those hards, then he would have got those 5-second time penalty added on towards the end of the race. And now, at least, he's got those 5 seconds removed. He is in P12. But the thing is, though, he is on mediums, and that is going to be a very, very big stretch.
Yeah, so he's going to gamble, basically. He won't be able to go to the end. So he is gambling on a safety car towards the end of the race where everyone hits onto softs. That's the only logic. To me, that's the only logic, because, there's a move! Oh, a Haas of Snipes all doing a very late look at the back of AJ. And obviously no DRS still. We've got 2 full laps before DRS will be enabled. But that Haas driver is lining up down the inside of the Red Bull. The Red Bull brakes pretty late and keeps it hanging around the outside. The Haas wasn't brave enough to do a late lunge, just brake later. But that Haas still holding back. And surprisingly, maybe the mediums should still be pretty strong. Oh, look at this, a little move again, second chicane, the Haas down the inside. The Red Bull, though, still sticks it around the outside and just has enough of a gap to keep ahead. Snipes looks racy.
Yeah, Snipes now, his race got shot back into life again because he was stuck behind and they created a 1-second gap towards the top 3. Now he's back within that 1-second gap. He can see the top 3 again and he's on a charge now. At Vaporizer, he's closing in so much, but he stays for now. He's almost pushing that McLaren through Parabolica. As AJ is losing touch. This is not what Snipes was hoping to see. Hawkey now outside of the 1-second window. He's gonna be put under pressure by so is Gonzo gonna make a move? No, he's not. And everyone is inside the 1-second window again.
Yeah. Go. Everyone's just within. It seems everyone's within a second, apart from all the way down to P13. Where it has 1.4 behind. Although AJ's falling a little bit behind, he's going to have to use that energy to get within the second again, which he does. Doesn't he? He might have fallen just out there. Oh, I don't think he's going to get DRS here. No, he's not. Oh, he does. AJ does get DRS. Yeah, he's fine. Troy still keeping clear, 7/10 ahead. Now Fruitful looks a little bit closer behind Vaporizer. Maybe he is going to line him up.
Ooh, I saw, was that Hawkey losing the back end? Yes, it was. Now Conso is all over the back again.
Fruitful almost lost it in Letamo 2 there. Oh god.
Yeah, Fruit as a as well. We already saw it in qualifying, and of course he hasn't been able to fix it because of Park Ferme, but it's an issue you don't want to have in the race, especially not with a high fuel load.
Yeah. So we are almost at the halfway distance. Oh, yellow sector 3, that is Marina. Again, the exit of Ascari.
It's not been his race so far.
The damage doesn't look like it.
And it seems like Vaporize is just chilling out. And seems quite relaxed behind Troy.
Yeah, no, these guys are, I think, waiting for around the pit stop window. I mean, they're just going to work together, and then when it comes to the pit stops, that's when they'll go at different times. One of those three is going to do an undercut earlier. Expect that around lap sort of 18. Oh.
Is that going to trigger another safety
It's
car?
Minions.
Yes, it is.
Now, this is perfect for the medium runners, but not if you're a hard runner. Oh, it's you're pushing it. Really, it's a bit too early to be pitting on the hard if you're on a hard tyre to go to the mediums.
I think they have to.
I don't.
Yeah, Fruit was already leaving a gap. Look at this. So you know that Fruit was definitely going to make a stop.
Yeah, they are pitting, but it's going to be stretching. I mean, it will be half race distance. It is doable, but it's not ideal. And Fruitful, yeah, had to double stack.
So that's gonna cost him a position to Snipes, and it's gonna cost him a position to Hawkey as well. Fruitful won't be pleased with this one, but he couldn't do anything about it as Troy was just simply in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he wanted to take the gamble of staying out on track and hope for another safety car, then it still would have paid. It wouldn't have paid him anything because he would be at the back of the grid, so he had to go for it. Jamie stays out because Jamie pitted early, so the guys who pitted earlier, Jamie has those guys are now in P1 and P2, and Haz is on 6-lap-old mediums. Jamie's on 7-lap-old hards. So, gives Marina another chance, meanwhile, to catch up. He's on mediums. Majority of people on mediums now. Guys who started on the mediums are now on the hards, and they will be stronger at the second half of the race, for definite. But we are, obviously, the track is, cars are lighter, the track is rubbered in more. So it is definitely doable. The medium runners, you'll be able to do mediums to the end, but they will be not at their best.
I'm wondering why Hasmania has stayed out.
I think it's, my theory is he was towards the back. He took the gamble of staying out and hoping for a safety car come, say, lap So if there's a safety car again, lap 18, 19, 20, everyone's going to be wanting to pit for softs. Because they won't want to be the ones left on the hards or use mediums. So he's hoping for another safety car, then he's in the prime position. Both Jamie as well. This is what can work in your favour. If by staying out and now being at the front, if there is a safety car in the next 5 laps, then you're going to expect everyone pitting onto softs. It'll be, in the next 5 laps, it's going to be lap 18, 19. You'd be silly not to pit on softs.
Yeah. Safety car gonna come in this lap. Already green flags, that's interesting.
Go boys.
When is Jamie? Is Jamie going to do exactly the same thing like Troy did? I think that's probably the smartest option. And Jamie's gonna go, I think. Yes, he is. Really good restart by the Dutchman in the Ferrari. Hasmania has to leave a little bit of a gap. Troy is already using the slipstream now down the inside, and he should be able to get the job done. Yes, he does. That's Troy already up into P2, and now all the pressure is on Vaporizer trying to get past Hasmania.
Yeah, Fruitful's got past Hawkeye as well, looks like. Got a yellow in sector 1, that is AJ, unfortunately. AJ's had a moment. And look at this, Troy's making a move already. Oh, the Ferrari breaks late. And he's going to have to let that through, and in fact, NSX gets through as well. Ferrari struggling to get those hards up to temperature. It's like a sitting duck. I'm surprised how hard it has been for him. The grip levels, albeit he is on 9-lap old hards, I suppose. But, yeah.
On the inside. Oh, but Snipes is going around the outside.
Oh! Yeah, that's not going to work.
Side by side,
it's
up towards the last turn.
Oh, it's just 3 wide, nearly. Oh, good move by Fruitful.
And now
getting feisty.
He needs to get into the slipstream of Hasmania, otherwise he's gonna get overtaken again. Snipes needs to defend from Hawkeye. They go side by side. Fruitful takes the inside to make a move on Has. Side by side, Fruitful around the outside. They make contact, but that was because Has clipped the curb.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately for Has, yeah, it wasn't. Fruitful was already ahead of him. Yeah, he should have really backed out at that point. Oh, it's a real battle. So Williams having a little look on Nils. That's Andy with Nils. Nils staying ahead for now on the medium tyre. It's getting a little bit more feisty now as we head into the final part of this race. 10 lap or 9.5 laps to go. Oh, sorry, 10.5 laps to go.
Fruitful is in a very hard position now. He's not within the DRS of Jamie, and Jamie is not within the DRS of Vaporizer. So I don't think Fruitful is going to challenge for the win here, as that double stack in the pits just cost him that opportunity.
Still a lot of laps to go. He's not too far behind, but like you say, the DRS, Troy and Vape. I mean, if Troy has the pace, it is what it is, and Fruitful's had to use quite a lot of energy.
Oh, Troy, he went onto the grass, Vaporizer gets past.
Yeah.
I think Troy was trying, or is trying, to get Fruitful back within that 1 second. But Vaporizer saw that tactic coming from a mile away, and he took the position and says, thank you very much, I'm trying to push now to get you outside of that 1 second window. That's
it, and Fruitful actually, now Jamie's got his tyres up to temperature, he's actually doing pretty good pace, and eventually he is almost behind Troy on the DRS. So yeah, the Ferrari doing well, albeit Jamie has no energy. So, and the problem around here, it's the worst track to have no energy. You're going to be a sitting duck down the straights. And Fruitful is now starting to claw his way in, as is Snipes, to be fair.
Oh, but look at the gap between P1 and P2. Troy has dropped outside of that 1 second window.
Yeah. I wonder if Vaporize has used a lot of energy. Yeah, there's quite a lot of energy used between both those guys. I think Vaporize just wanted to try and break away, as Fruitful is now lining up for a move. And does so. E3 for Fruitful.
Can Jamie stay with Fruitful?
I think it's going to be tricky just because he's now saving energy, which is crucial. He's going to have to save it. Yeah, Vaporize is going strong here. It's 1.2 seconds. Looks good on the mediums. But what does Fruitful have?
And how much are those mediums going to drop off towards the end? Because is he maybe pushing it over the limit at this stage? Jamie dropped outside of that 1 second window. We've got news close to Hawkey, but not close enough to make a move. Hawkey's light is flashing though, so he is low on ERS. Fruitful is now within the 1 second window of Troy coming out of Ascari, as they must work together if they want to catch Vaporizer up in front.
So here we go, the two McLaren drivers. They're going to use each other as DRS, I think, to try and get back towards Vape. The only thing I can think of. This Vaporizer really has turned on the pace here, as Snipes has got ahead of Jamie. Now P4. Is that or Fruitful which generally has the pace here?
No, I think they now starting to work together. I think it was just an opportunity wasted by Troy. I think he wanted to get back within that 1 second. I think he lost the position to Vaporize and then slowed down, trying to get Jamie within that 1 second window to make it easier for Fruit to get back into the fight. And I think by slowing down himself, he actually lost the DRS to Vaporize, and now he needs to work together with Fruit to get back within that 1 second window. Fruitful is doing a good job though, because it was 1.9 at the start of the lap, it's 1.3 now, so Fruitful definitely is really quick, but he's low on ERS, so Troy is too far away to make a move on the start-finish straight. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here at McLaren, but they have a real big task up their hands to close in on Vaporizer. Here comes News, making a move on the Hawkey, down the inside into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Brakes late. They're side by side. Hawksy also around the outside. He pushes him onto the cross, but they stay on track. And Hawksy remains in P6.
Nicely done. Look at this, the gap's now 1.3 between Fruitful and Vaporizer. Troy's falling away, you know. I think Fruitful does have some good pace.
I'm surprised to see that Troy is struggling that much. We normally don't see that in a race.
Yeah. It's maybe the other two guys are just waiting, but yeah, it seems to be Troy. Now that they've got ahead, they're just going at their true pace, Fruitful and Vape. And unfortunately, I think the crucial thing is Vape's got 30%, just under 30% energy left. Fruitful's on very little. Like I said earlier, it makes such a difference when you have no energy around here. Considering it out of all the tracks, it's the one that you are most on for. Power's everything around here, and if you've got a lack of power, any time you make in the corners, you'll get sapped out. And Snipes is, to be fair, Jamie's now because of those hard tyres. They haven't dropped off. And it's coming back to him now. He's keeping the Snipes honest. There's a good little battle here for P4.
If he was on fresh hearts when the safety car came in, he would have been golden, because those mediums were going to get worse and worse, while his hearts just remain pace.
Yeah.
But look at Fruit. He's almost within that 1 second. He is within that 1 second.
Yeah. He's doing it, and just holding along is Troy. He's bringing Troy with him. This is where you're on the ragged edge. This is where, you know what it's like, Thomas. You feel your heart beating in your chest, the adrenaline's pumping, and you're just in that zone. Tunnel vision. Just like everything's a blur around you. You're just focusing on the guy ahead.
Exactly. Not thinking about anything else, only about catching that guy.
It's
hunting.
Up
in front.
It's the closest thing to hunting you ever have in life. In motorsport. When you're hunting someone down, it is just like vision. And it's the best feeling in the same sense. Whilst when you're the guy ahead, it's the worst feeling, because you're going as hard as possible and you just see the time coming down and you're like, well, I don't want to make a mistake because then he's right on me, so what do I do? And now he's within the DRS. We have got a race back on our hands, and these three are coming back together for a showdown. Lap 23 of 27.
It's all kicking off again. And this is a stage where, what is Vaporizer going to do? He was in the position Fruitful is now for quite some time in this race. He was just saving up his ERS, saving up the tires, waiting for that one opportunity that he got. He took it, drove away by a second, but then Fruitful came back. Now Fruitful will probably wait as long as he can, save up as much as ERS as he can, trying to get Troy back into this as well. And they will probably be thinking about a plan of getting that McLaren on the two top steps of the podium. But is it going to work, and what can Vaporizer do? How quick is he in a straight line? We don't know that. We can see it now with Fruitful using the DRS. Is he gaining a lot, or is it quite the same? Well, he's gaining something, but it's not huge. So maybe if Vaporizer gets a good exit coming out the last turn and uses his ERS, he can defend, but I don't know for how long. Can he do it for the remainder 4 laps, including this one? It's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a yellow in, and that's Has Scary again. No safety car. We have got just under 4 laps to go. Oh, Fruitful almost lost the back end there. Oh my god. Yeah, it was a little moment there, but he was just able to get on. I think we're going to get a retirement. Yep, we are. Hasmania is retiring the pits. Troy is just about keeping it in DRS zone, but just. Now, it'd be interesting to see what is. So, Vape and Fruitful have pretty much identical ERS. Fruitful has a little bit more, and I think he will. If I was him, he's still going to use the DRS to close up, and then he'd probably just back off. Oh, Marina's retired. He's crashed in a Ascari. It's going to be too late for safety car though, unfortunately. That's not going to do anything, otherwise it would have been a safety car. But we've got 3 to go, so that will be cleared up.
We're already going to have a look down the inside. Oh, he's braking late, but he thinks better of it.
Yeah, there's no point right now.
Oh, he almost loses it. Yeah, we also know that Fruitful can do it. He did it 3 times in qualifying.
Yeah. There's Troy's coming back. This is going to be an exciting one. 25-27. Let's see. Troy has 30%. So they all have very similar ERS energy levels. And no one has a clear advantage of energy. Oh, again, Fruitful getting so twitchy in Ascari.
Oh,
Now,
Snipes! Sorry to interrupt. Snipes with a brilliant move around the outside, and here comes Hawkeye as well. Jamie is a sitting duck through Ascari. What a move by Snipes and Hawkeye. Oh my days.
This is a race. Now, what do you do if you're Fruitful? I don't know if you want to make the move right now. But he is going to. And I'm not so... I mean, I'm not so sure about that one.
I think
he's done it.
Sort of saying, and Jamie takes back both positions. It's a brilliant battle for P4 as well. I think.
Oh, it could end up nasty.
Hawkeye, no way.
I mean, that was a bit. Oh, he's
retired.
Oh, and
he retires on track.
I mean, it is kind of unfortunate. Nils maybe should have backed out, but it was all there at the same time. So we only got 10 runners to go, and that's kind of broken up that battle. So we're back down to the main 3. 1.5 to go. Oh, I don't know. Fruitful would think of making the move on that last lap. I think he should have saved it. Oh, but he did a really good Ascari. Look at the pace. I think Vaporizer had a moment, and he's out of DRS. Oh, this is crucial. So I don't know if Vaporizer made an error, but Vaporizer lost a load of time through Ascari. He must have made a huge moment, and now Vaporizer is going to have to use that energy because Troy is going to have DRS. It's going to be, surely, we've got a yellow. Here we go. Troy is clear. Oh, but Vaporizer is going to break very late. Oh, but he's keeping it along.
Side by side. Vaporizer has the better exit.
Vaporizer has the energy. I think he's going to try and... Oh, keep it... Yes, nicely done. He's got the DRS towards the end. Vaporizer has not much energy. Oh, Vaporizer has a moment. Those mediums are old. Oh yeah, I think Vaporizer's run out of rear. And here we go, DRS. It's going to be Troy making the move easy, so it is going to be a McLaren 1-2.
Made it out perfectly. Fruit somehow knew he had the pace to get away. He made the move on lap 26. And Troy now needs to hold out.
Yeah, he's got the energy.
Which he does. So the man who spun 3 times during qualifying is going to take the victory here around Monza. His teammate is going to finish P2. Vaporizer P3. He will be frustrated about that one. Snipes is gonna end up in P4 after a brilliant battle with News, Konzo and Hawkeye. Konzo takes it on penalties together with AJ P6, News P7. Wacky Races P8. Will Jamie probably take it on penalties? Yes, he does. Jamie P8. So Wacky Races P9 and Andy rounds off the top 10. Well, what an end to the race. Oh my
Jamie
days.
must have had a moment. Jamie must have had a moment in the last lap because he was in a comfortable like P4-5. Well, I don't know how he ended up down there in the end. Yeah, done the double, back-to-back race victories for Fruitful.
Yeah, really well done. On what I would say, probably the most beautiful podium you could ever be on, with all the fans down below.
Yeah.
Actually on the game as well. It's not as crowded as normally, but I like the fact they added it on to the game. So here we have it, the final standings of tonight's race. Fruitful finishing P1, Troy P2, Vaporizer P3 with the fastest lap, so he will get an extra point added on to the standings. Snipes P4, Conso P5, AJ P6, News P7, Jamie P8, Wacky Racer P9 and Andy rounds off the top 10. Hawkeye P11, Marina P12, Hasmania P13, Minions P14, Matty P15, Volcano Master P16 and Vemu P17. Brilliant race, Lewis, brilliant race.
Yeah, I was actually really, especially at the end as well, great driving from all. It just looked like Vaporizer just ran out of tread on his tyres at the end because he had the fastest lap, but lost out a lot of time in that final lap. Fruitful just absolutely left him. Yeah, great race from these guys, and for the most part, it was actually very clean as well. But particularly, very clean. It was very clean at the front.
So we're going to wait and see what they've got to say about tonight's race with the podium interviews. Everyone join the commentary box, you love to see it. We're gonna start off with Vaporizer. First of all, congratulations on finishing P3 in this race, but I can imagine you're not really happy about the end result of that race.
Yeah, my tires were just dead. I don't know what happened, but like I just didn't have any rears anymore, and I think Fruitful was gaining like 1/10 every traction zone at the end. The last lap at least. He was so quick though, so yeah, couldn't defend from him. And yeah, made a mistake in the end, so yeah, I lost P2 because I lost to the DRS.
It was a big shame, but you were outside of that 1 second window halfway through the medium stint. Was there a point where you said, okay, I've got this in the bag now, or was it always going to be the case like I need to manage those mediums, or did you push it a little bit too much?
I think I was quicker than Trojan at that point at least, so it was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I saw Fruit coming like with 5/10 a lap at one point, I think. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna win this probably if he keeps the space. And then my rears also just died in the end, and I just couldn't keep the pace up. I think I was losing like 1.5 to 2 seconds to my PB. So yeah, don't know what they did with the tires, but they there.
We saw you being in P2 at the beginning stage of the race. Was that just pure strategy, or was it just not feeling the urge really to get past Troy at that stage in the race?
No, I wanted to overtake, but every time I wanted to overtake, the safety car came out. So like
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
a
was
big shame as well.
within 3/10 or something twice, and then the safety car just came out. And I was like, okay, well, no point in overtaking now.
Well, at least you got a decent podium finish out of it, plus fastest lap of the race as well, so you get an extra point for that one. Yeah, for as much as you like it, congratulations on the P3, mate. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks.
And going on to P2 in this race, Troy, you took it on the last lap by overtaking him just before Ascari. Yeah, what happened when Vaporizer overtook you? Did you make a mistake? Was it on purpose? Tell us about it.
I'm not gonna lie, my TV was about to turn off, so I had like this little thing popping up on my screen, and I just lost like 1 split second of concentration, so I had to fix that quickly with the controller. But yeah, 1 split second is enough for Vaporizer to capitalize. And as soon as he got past me, I just kind of lost momentum a bit, lost a bit of focus, and I had a feeling he was a bit quicker than me, so I knew that as soon as he got the 1 second gap, he'd probably pull a tenth or two every lap, which he did. So it wasn't really, or it was a mistake, but it was also a small distraction during the race for me. But yeah, I'm happy to be able to recover still to P2. So
Yeah, it was. You see that at this top level, only one slight crucial error occurs, and then you immediately lose a second. Was it then working together with Fruitful trying to get back within that DRS zone, or was it just Fruitful saying, "Mate, get out of the way, I'm too quick"?
no, it was actually kind of my decision. I think Fruitful kind of wanted me to let him through, but I felt like um, I don't have the pace at least to catch Vaporizer. I was almost 2 seconds off him at one point, so I just told Fruit yeah, just pass me. We'll see what happens. Kind of like in Austria, but this time it actually worked, and he was catching pretty. He surprised me because I saw Fruit's light flashing, so I wasn't expecting him to catch Vaporizer, but he was still catching up. So he really surprised me and brought us both into the battle again. So it was just a good call from both of us, I'd say.
Yeah, it turned out to be a really good call, and you got P2 at the end. So yeah, good result for the team, good result for you as well. Congratulations on the P2.
Thank you.
And going on to our race winner, Fruit. We saw you making the mistakes in qualifying, P6 on the starting grid, but you had an amazing start. Was it avoiding all action, or was it just brilliant traction off the line?
Well, it was more like avoiding and trying to get as good as a position as I could possibly get into turn one. I saw a gap on the inside. I had a maniac on my outside who tried to go around the outside, which created a big gap for me. So I just capitalized on his mistake and drove into P3. It was a good start, but it was nothing special.
And then with that second safety car, you had to double stack to pit for the mediums. How frustrated were you that you were both behind Snipes and making that pit stop?
I was absolutely fuming. I'm not gonna lie. Hawkey joined in behind me, got halfway into my car, and just spawned in front of me. That was so annoying. And after that, I was just in a different zone. I was fully concentrated on the race and not distracted by anything. I just had to get it done.
Yeah, because you were like almost 3 seconds behind Vaporize, and then somehow you were gaining that much time. Did you knew that was within your car, within your setup, within your skills to be that much quicker, or was it a big surprise to you as well that you gained so much in those last couple of laps?
It's always a surprise to gain on Vaporizer. Normally he is a little bit quicker than me, but I was surprised. But I had one good lap, and then I just kept putting those laps out. Just no mistakes, just good laps, taking risks, especially with the 3 or 4, what is it? And just going for it and see where it ended up. I didn't care if I would have crashed. I just wanted to get a P1.
Yeah, that's normally the mindset you need to have if you want to get something done like that. But you made it stick and you drove a really amazing race. Driver of the day as well by the game, but I think me and Lewis can both agree on that as well. So congratulations on the victory. It was a
Yeah.
really good race. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Let's go.
And with that, it rounds off the stream for tonight. Once again, congratulations on everyone who finished on the podium. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Lewis, for joining the commentary voice with me. It was a pleasure as always.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And congratulations, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week for Singapore, baby. That is going to be a great one.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very good race. Also a very long race, longest of the season. So yeah, definitely we'll be looking forward to that one. I want to thank you all for tuning in. It was a good stream. Really enjoyed that one. And as Lewis said, we will be back next week with Singapore. Thank you all for tuning in. And as I always say, have a good one. Stay safe and goodbye.